That's dope. You can hear it from right here. You can hear it from right here. Let's go.
You want the crown, dog? Come take it from me. Come take it from me.
Go.
This a new sound, dog. BD on the beat. BD on the beat. We cross pollinating a couple of bees. First we water the plants, then we pluck at the weeds. Divide and conquer. We running the streets. We running the streets. This is that new shit. You know that we come with the heat. We come with the
Let's
heat.
go.
We the ones buzzing. A couple of bees. First we water the plants, then we pluck at the weeds.
Yeah.
Buzzing like a couple of bees. Why you bugging? Nigga, mind your bees. Me and my buddy smoke that honey. We way up high in the trees. I got that pollen on me.
That just to make you sneeze.
Back up on my ass and shit. Whole squad full of savages. The next black rock star. My sweat like Lenny Kravitz's. Goldens in they packages. Haven't even scratched them yet. Now all that I need is a bitch that look like Travis's. Put her on a private jet. Now she flying in there. She black and yellow like a bumblebee. I transform her. Used to work at Applebee's, but now she's a performer. Shawty with the glow up, now I gotta put it on her. Dig graves and plant those seeds. Watch
Seejay,
out
everybody.
for snakes and grooves.
Make some noise.
Water the plants, pluck those weeds, and watch your garden grow. You want the crown, dog? Come take it from me. Come take it from me. This a new sound, dog. BD on the beat. BD on the beat. We cross pollinating a couple of bees.
Let's
First
go.
we water the plants, then we pluck at the weeds. Divide and conquer. We running the streets. We running the streets. This is that new shit. You know that we come with the heat. We come with the heat. We the ones buzzing. A couple of bees. First we water the plants, then we pluck at the weeds. Buzzing. Like
Moreno Valley, stand up.
Why you bugging? Nigga, mind your bees. Me and my buddy smoke that honey. We way up high in the trees.
Let's go.
I got that pollen on me.
That just to make you sneeze.
Yeah, I could do this shit with no effort. Asked if she wanna leave with me, she said yes sir. Took her home, then make it to the bed, we on the dresser. Fucked her so good that she yelling out the N-word. I'm the nutty professor, I mix chemicals together and it makes me feel better. Don't understand my ways, come to a lecture. She a queen bee like Beyonce, but she always fucking up the feng shui.
Okay.
Dig graves and plant those seeds.
Let's go.
Watch out for snakes and crows. Water the plants, pluck those weeds, and watch your garden grow. Yeah. We made it. We made
I like
it.
that.
We made it.
I like that. Oop.
Oh, okay. They told us not to play it on.
We live on a podcast. Pull up, pull up.
We weren't cleared.
Pull up. We live on a podcast right now. All right, my boy. Pull up. Go on. All right, my boy. Yeah, yo. Stop playing, yo. Moreno Valley, stand up.
Hey man, thank you.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Moreno Valley's finest. Only here on the motherfucking MCDUFF show, everybody, you feel me? And before we get into this new episode, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and click that link and subscribe. Stay up to date with everything, no pressure. We got the Set the Tone Sports podcast. We got the MCDUFF show podcast where we interview artists from Moreno Valley, you know what I'm saying? We got much more, you know what I'm saying? So stay up to date with everything, no pressure. And we giving out free merch to I'll let you know when. Sometime in the episode, there'll be a special word that if you comment, you'll win some free merch. Last episode, we already had a fan win something.
Let's go.
So you know what I'm saying? You guys go ahead and subscribe. Stay up to date with everything. You feel me? But yeah, yo, we in here. Good Thursday night, May 25th. You feel me? It's about 9 o'clock. You
Yes,
feel me?
sir.
This interview is well overdue. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
I got Stavo to the left of me, Stavo True Love.
Yes, sir, in the
In the
building.
house. Welcome
Style
back
True
again.
Love. You know what it is. Thank you, CM, having me, feel me, pulled up
You
off
already
the
know. It's only right. It's only
me?
right. And we got a special guest in the building. We've been waiting to do this. You feel me? This is a homie from. We go way back to high school and all that.
Man.
Shout out Seejay, everybody in the building right now. You feel me?
Man. I'm here, man. I finally made it.
You feel me? We in here. You know what I'm
show,
saying?
man. We here, man. We
It's only
here.
right, bro. I'm glad you made it through and all that, bro.
Shit, I can walk over here, bro.
Right, it's that close.
Sure.
Bro. That's what I love about this show. 'Cause a lot of artists, I'm always like, how long did it take you to get here? It's like, shit, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I can really like walk down the street, like down here, like it's not a problem. But yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Man, you already know, bro. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Of course.
This is why I do this show, bro. Like, just to get a chance to sit down and, with some of the artists from Moreno Valley, you feel me? And the IE, but, majority of the artists are from Oval on here, you feel me? And
Local, yeah.
and you're somebody that's been out here, going up. You've been, dropping Buzzin for a minute, you feel me? I want to get into some of your drops and all that, but, I like to tell all artists, that come up here, make sure you keep going. We appreciate your contribution to art, into this universe and all that.
Too.
You feel me?
Me too, man.
Man, we appreciate it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And let the people know a little something about you, and where you from and all that. And
man,
we gonna start at back to basics. We're gonna start right here.
Yeah, I mean, shit. If we're talking about Moval, man, if we talking about alumni. Am I an alumni? I was born in a hospital out in San Bernardino.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm IE.
Yeah.
I was born in a hospital in San Bernardino, but
Same.
I was raised in Chino. The hospital in San Bernardino was just I was born in.
Yeah.
Shout out to San Bernardino though. It gets it's bad. It's a bad place. It's a bad place. But no, I was raised in Chino Hills. Moved out to Moval for school, kindergarten, Cloverdale Elementary. I can tell you that school, right next to Palm Middle School. That's where I went to middle school.
Cloverdale.
And then I transferred because we had moved, into a better, location in Moval, which is right here, where we at now.
Yeah.
And that was my last year, so it sucked. Because I was in 7th grade, I was getting ready in Palm Middle School to go to 8th grade with all my homies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then we moved, and so I went to Landmark for the last year.
Yo, shout out Landmark.
Shout out Landmark. That's where I met all these people I know now, pretty much.
Bro.
Went to Landmark. Cool, cool school, but I was just like, damn, I miss my friends and shit like that. And then high school, I wanted to go to Valley View because that's where everyone from Palm was going.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I hope I get to go to Valley View, but no.
Hope you go to Vista. You have to have everybody tried to do the little jump and go to Valley.
Damn, man. It sucked. Nah, man, it sucked. I wish I went to Valleys to this day. But no, Vista was cool, man.
Though. Vista was cool.
Yeah, Vista was cool, man. Yeah, man. I mean, all my memories from Vista, I wouldn't change nothing that happened. I met a lot of good people. Shit, one of my best homies. Shout out to Jesse, man. I met him when I first moved to Landmark, and we stayed buddies till Vista and throughout. So, yeah, man. I was considering myself a Moval alumni. I went through everything. I've been here around. Everything. Now after high school, I did immediately. I was I don't want to say the lucky ones, but the plan was to go to a 4-year college. So I did move out of Moval.
Oh, where'd you go?
I went to Cal State San Bernardino.
Okay.
And then from there, I transferred to Cal Baptist University.
Okay.
And then from there, I moved over to Chico, over there in that NorCal.
Yeah.
So I didn't stay. So I wasn't one of those who stayed after high school. Mm-hmm. I kept moving around. I moved a lot, like everywhere. So I was kind of just like that wandering, monk.
Yeah.
Absorbing. Yeah, exactly. I've went through some shit to where So. No, it's been great though. Shout out to Moval. It's shaped me to who I am now. I claim it as my hometown, even though I'm not. I'm going to LA all the time. I'm going to other places, but no, Moval's where I call.
Where it's home.
Yeah,
no matter where life takes us, the goal is to get out of Mobile as much as possible, and see the world. Because I feel like so many people get trapped, just being within the city, and that could get so easy. You could forget that
there's more.
There's more.
Because there's people I talk to.
It's crazy.
There's people I talk to. They're like, yeah, Mobile's cool. I'll go to other places, but it just seems like Mobile is like it's its own place.
I'm glad I grew up out here rather than LA for sure.
Sure.
I feel like
if you want to,
experience more, like, I don't know. I feel like growing up in LA would just, I don't know.
It would be it would be different. The reverse to be saying like, you grew out in LA and then you moved to a place like this.
Yeah.
So I feel what you're saying, but people. I mean, people here. Again, it's all perspective. Yeah, you can say that to someone from LA and they'd be like,
"What the fuck?"
Exactly.
I fucking hate it.
It's all about perspective, man. Yeah. But everyone has their own, paths they've taken. Me personally, I could go on and on. I'll say those for some other stories, but man, it's all about perspective. You go, I'd say, hey, man, if you have the opportunity to go and travel or go to a different, place for any amount of time, go. Just experience life outside of where you're comfortable in.
Absolutely.
So that's something I'd tell somebody for sure.
Absolutely. So, how'd you come across music? What was that like? You know what I'm saying? What age did you start? What age did you start doing music and all that? You know what I'm saying? Like
music, specifically, I've always just been creative.
Okay.
My mom, she was a singer. Okay. She came to like the States. She's from Nigeria. So she came. She was in like a group, like a music group. Okay. And they were touring. So she came, like they came here for the tour, and she was like, "Oh, I like America. Like I want to stay."
What?
So she ended up like getting her, doing all the work she had to do. She moved out here. But yeah, so she's always been music. Even to me growing up, like she was in the choir in church.
Okay.
Which got me into to join the choir in church and stuff like that. So she's always been like the one who influenced me into like. I guess that's where I got her from, just genes wise. Yeah. Even acting, like she's always into acting and stuff like that. So that's where, like, as a kid, it wasn't even music at first. Okay. Like at first, what I would do was like I would write stories. Like I was really into like writing like short stories, like about me and my friends like turning into superhero, like we had superpowers and stuff like that, and like, oh, how do we manage going to school and saving the world and shit like that. And then I don't know, I started listening to like music more.
Who are some of the people you were listening to, like back in the day?
At the time, like, I guess what started me getting into music, like, I listened to a lot of Radio Disney.
Okay, yeah, that's
at the time I listened to a lot of Radio Disney.
Yeah, like, that was a whole thing. That's crazy.
Like a lot of Hillary Duff. Not to say that stuff inspired me.
Yeah.
But the feeling you get from the music, like that taught me like to. Like that made me feel like, oh good. Shit, like I like music,
Yeah, okay.
And then from there, like I would listen to, I guess when like rap, I always say Lil Wayne is not my favorite rapper, but when I really think of it, like the first rappers I really used to like mess with, like Ludacris, T.I. Like I would watch BET, so I would watch 106 in Park. I remember watching the other one with Tigga.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'd have rappers come on. Fabulous was like hot back then, like. Yeah, like damn, I could go way back to like, that would be a lot. But it was at that time I was like, I want to do music. It wasn't necessarily rap, but it was just more like I want to do music. So what I would do is like I would listen to like a whole album, and the first album I did this to, which made me like, oh, I want to like I'm gonna do this for sure, is like a Coldplay.
Word.
Viva La Vida album. Okay. This was in high school, and so I just listened to the whole album. I took every song and I like remade it, like I remixed it.
Okay.
Like I don't think I still have it in my binder, but I remixed the whole album and I turned it to like a different, like my version of Viva La Vida, and that was when I was like, I want to, like I can write music, like I get it, so I want to start doing it. And then from there, I got like, I think 2 mixtapes I dropped in high school.
I remember.
Like I would pass them out and stuff like that. Like they're still on my SoundCloud.
Yeah,
that's when I was like, I'm gonna do that. So
you had the Black and Yellow remix, bro. You did it for the school thing. That shit was stupid.
Yeah, so that was So it was like that was a Wiz Khalifa song. So it was like I would take songs and then kind of like the Lil Wayne thing. Like I was really into dedication at that time, so I was like, I'm gonna just take songs, remake them, and then put them out. So like the mixtapes I would do were like popular beats. I remember I think I did like Soldier Boy beat was popular then, like some old ass, it was like 2000.
Back in the day, burning
2010.
CDs and shit.
Exactly, yeah. And the way I would do the CDs is I would get I had like an old tape recorder. I would record myself. I had like the boombox, put the CD with the beats that I burned the beats on, play it, rap over it, and then I get the video, put it onto the computer, download it, turn it into audio, and then put it onto a freaking disc burner to burn onto a disc. So I was like, hey, this works.
Yeah.
So
you figured it out. That's how it all was. Like you just had to figure out how to.
Yeah,
do some
exactly.
Shit.
So
like,
it was cool. I mean,
funny.
yeah, it was cool. And then from there, I was just like, yeah, I just want to make music, man. And then even now, like us talking earlier, like it's not just the music. It's more like production. Like music is just an outlet, but short stories. Like I want to go back to doing that stuff. Like even the music video I just did, that was like my first time like actually getting to like produce, somewhat co-direct to like a whole like production.
Whole production, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, yeah, this is what I've wanted to do. Like, so yeah, let's, that was my chance to do it. Did it. I'm trying to do more. So it was dope.
Absolutely.
And that's funny that you say that. Like, that you say you was getting instrumentals from like artists that you was already listening to. Like a lot of people do that, like in the form of like practicing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Whether it's like making beats, some people like say like Kanye, he was like kind of remaking his favorite beats, but just out of just practice. Like
yeah, and a lot of the songs were just like when I first started rapping, it was just freestyling. Like I didn't have time. My thing was just like I didn't have the time to like write out, because I would come up with the raps first anyway. It wasn't like I was writing like the raps, like trying to come up with the raps. Like I would already have it in my head. So I was like, why write it down if I just like come up with it? Like if it comes out kind of whatever, oh well, F it. But, like,
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I built up. I was a freestyle at first. Like it wasn't until like a couple of years where I started writing. But the cool thing is, because I started writing like stories and stuff, that came naturally too. So it was like, I'm just making a story, but it's a song.
Exactly.
So to be honest, like I really pride myself in my writing capabilities, because it's like I can do it in all like different things.
Aspects, yeah.
And then it's just cool that I start off freestyling, so it's like I got both things so going for me. So yeah, man, that's why I pride myself in what I do, man. It's you got
all from how you grew up. That's why I like doing these interviews, because I get to know what
the backstory.
Up, like the backstory, like you feel me. And then like all your fans hear you on your music, you feel me? But they don't hear you just speak. Like, okay, this is why.
Exactly. Yeah.
This sounds like this, or where his sound came from. You know what I'm saying? So kind of tell the people, about your latest album that you have out right now. You know what I'm saying? The title of that and where they can find that at, and, just like the inspiration behind the production that you were talking about, how you put that together and shit, where the inspiration came, and like who you were involved with throughout the process and all that.
Yeah, Summer Nostalgia 2077, man. It's out now, all platforms. Go check it out. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, blah, 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 buzz, buzz, buzz.
Yeah, all that.
How it came about, first off, the sound is, I think it's different. It's just something you wouldn't expect.
Definitely. And it's good to be different. You feel me?
Yeah, that's just naturally how I am. And my thing is like, it's not that I won't, I can't like do something that I'm not. So it's like, I just naturally, like, if I'm in the studio or whatever creating, it's like I'm creating. And I don't have a specific, I can never be like, oh, this is my favorite, or, like I can have a top, but I can never have like, oh, this is my favorite. So everything always sounds, so I'm always like, how can I mix everything to where it sounds right, but I still get the best of every world? So that's like what I aim to do with my music. So for that one, I did basically Water the Plants. Shout out Water the Plants. They're the ones who basically put everything together for me. I did a rap show. They have a show on their YouTube channel on Water the Plants called Shot in the Dark. Okay. And they were doing like features. They needed artists to come and, this was during COVID. So the whole aspect of it was you're just in a room kind of by yourself, and then you're like performing. So they had me do that, And after that, they were like, yo, we really like the rap, like come through. And what they wanted to do initially was to do a song. Okay. So I was like, okay, cool. And the thing they were doing was doing like a cross-pollination was the name of like the program or whatever. Okay. To where they're doing it with them and another artist will like collab and do something. So they did that with the previous artist, and they were like, oh, we want to just do a song. We ended up doing one song, and then it ended up being like a couple more. He was like, yo, I have these other beats, see what you can do with them. And then on the spot, I was just like, yo, like, I got an idea for this, that. So like, why not just do a whole, let's record these. If they sound cool, if they go together, not just do a whole project. So I was like, all right, for sure, let's do that. And then that's pretty much how it came together. I think that was, what is it, May? That was like September last year. Okay. And
so you've been putting it together for a minute then.
Yeah, and me,
process.
The songs were all done in a matter of like a month or two.
Yeah.
Like fleshed out, like done for sure. But like me, I'm always like we were talking earlier, I'm like, once I do something, I'm like, all right, let's put it out. Yeah. But there again, like this was like more official. It's actually my first like solo album. Yeah. So it was like, no, you can't. And at the time, again, like I'm still learning, how stuff works.
They everything down and all that.
Yeah. So they're like, no, we have to like take our time, plan it out, put singing. I'm like, okay. Yeah. At the same time, learning how shit works. So yeah, shout out to them for sure.
That's fun, man.
They kind of did everything the right way.
That's fun.
Because it's different from an EP to where it's just me. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm dropping these songs right now.
And it made you learn how to construct,
exactly.
Like album-worthy music.
That's exactly, yeah. So that's exactly what I got from it. Good. So
that's tight, bro.
Yeah, we waited till it dropped, was it last month? Okay. End of last month, April. And yeah, man, it's I'm happy about it. Yeah, every song there's a banger. Buzzin, we dropped the video for it.
Yep.
Hopefully, yeah. If you haven't checked it out, it's on YouTube. Buzzin by Seejay. Yep. Video's crazy, man. Video.
Yeah, you for sure.
I'm very proud of that video, man.
Like you said, you put together a production. You know what I'm saying? You went above and beyond a typical rap video. You feel me?
Thank you.
Invested into something and had a vision and followed through. 100%. So. I think that's dope because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of how people roll music out. Like the music is one thing, but then how you roll it out is so important.
That's another thing they taught me because I do think about that stuff, but it's like you can't really. I mean, what do you need other people to kind of give those ideas. Yeah. So of course you see like again you kind of watch other artists. You try to replicate like what they do. So yeah, there's always a rollout. I've never done a rollout. Usually it's just, hey, I'm going to be dropping an album in like a month or two. Yeah. You drop like a single, hope people listen to it. Like, okay, cool. And then the album finally drops. This one, it was like, okay, well, it was more of like, okay, well, really think about it. Like, you're trying to draw attention. Like, okay, well, that's how the B-suit came around. Like, okay, cool. Like, no matter what, people are going to be like, what the hell is this? So, yeah, it was a lot of learning. Again, like you said, stuff like, that's kind of what I took away from it more. It was a learning experience, but at the same time, I got out, the album that I got out of it. So that's a bonus. So yeah, shout out to Water the Plans. I can't say
absolutely
how grateful I am for them. So yeah, well, on to the next one though. Like
it don't stop.
Yeah, on to the next one though.
How's it like? How's your like recording process? Like, how do you go? Is there a certain formula you go about dropping, or you just kind of like one of those guys who just do whatever your heart leads you to do? You know what I'm saying?
I can record whenever. It's just a matter of like what it is. Like again, like I'm very artistic, I guess. So if I have like a project, like I'm always unconsciously working on something. I always say that. Like I'm always unconsciously working.
Always
like, I'll tell someone like someone will send me a beat and I'll be like, okay, cool. Like I'll always have that beat in the back of my head, like working on a verse for it. Or whatever, like ideas are okay, whatever. So when that time comes, when they're like, "Hey, man, can you like whatever?" Like, "Oh, let's do this." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I got someone already," and then the rest I can just fill in.
Exactly.
Like, so that's kind of my process when it comes to something I'm working on. Like for me, like it's kind of like building a puzzle. Yeah. I'll say like the album. It was more like building a puzzle. It was like okay,
piece by piece.
Yeah, like okay, what beats kind of fit together? Because it's more. You're trying to make it more official.
Cohesive,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're trying to make it more official, make sense. So that's kind of how those go. It just kind of, like I said, it just kind of depends. Sometimes I'm just in the studio, you hear a fire beat, you're like, oh, I got something for that, and it comes up. Like, I mean, not to say everyone can do that, because people will tell me like, oh no, like, you know, not everyone can do that, but that's, for me personally, that's kind of how it is. Like, I can hear a beat and be like, oh, I got something for that, or again, unconsciously, like, oh, I got 5 beats. Like, I'll just be like, just send them to me. Like, I'll listen to them the first time, and then from there, I'll kind of just unconsciously work on them. But yeah, that's kind of my process.
Yeah, bro. Cause I always like to know, cause we finna tap in and put something together eventually.
Yeah,
as
for
well.
sure, man.
You know, it's only right. And I really fuck with how, you're one of the artists out here that you've been doing your thing for a minute. You feel me? You've been buzzing, trying to get to the next level. How do you see yourself like becoming who you are? Like, how do you wanna be the person you see yourself becoming? You feel me? Do you see yourself like signing to a major label? Do you see yourself taking the independent route? Do you see yourself being an underground legend? You feel me? Like, what is it you want out of hip hop?
I'll answer it in different ways, like different perspectives. First one, like the independent, of course, ideally, yeah, I want to be independent. I want to be able to do my own thing,
Like, you're gonna create your own label, sign yourself, or you're gonna.
I wouldn't say create my own label.
Or you're gonna join, forces with an independent.
I wouldn't say label. I would say more like a production, like, company. Like, when I think of like again, it's more than just the music. Like, it's TV, music, movies, even sports, fashion, like everything. So I want to kind of create like a production. I'm talking about like Warner Bros, like Universal, like Fox, like, to where people, like, we have like our own network, or maybe even, well, yeah, sure, that big, but even to a smaller scale.
Like, partner up with, because at the end of the end of the day, bro, you do.
And then, yeah, you're right.
Understand, it's gonna be a label. You're gonna have.
You're right. You're right.
Brand. You feel
but
me?
Of course, I mean, if it looks right, if it fits what I'm trying to do,
I feel you.
Of course, why not?
Yep.
And that's my thing. Like, when it comes to the music, like, if it was just music, sure, maybe you can kind of keep going with the independent thing. I've always thought about, because again, I'm more of a writer at heart. Like, that's originally. So if I was just going around being a ghostwriter for other artists, I always think about that. Like,
that?
Sure, why not? Like, I'd still release my own stuff too.
Yeah.
It's not like I'll just be like, okay, yeah, I'll be releasing my own stuff too. But if my main thing was like being a ghostwriter or whatever, and like I'm still like Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
He has his own thing, but he writes for a lot of artists.
So you're gonna want to like do your own movies eventually one day.
Eventually, yeah, for sure.
That's how it gets.
But yeah, like you were saying, for stuff like that, yeah, I'm gonna need to sign up with those big agencies. But again, if it looks right, if it goes with what I'm trying to do, sure. I mean, nothing wrong with it, man. It's as long as it fits, what you're trying to do.
You feel good about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the end game for me, man. Music wise, like, again, and it kind of like dudes like Pharrell, dudes like even Kid Cudi right now, like he's doing like TV and stuff like that. Vince Staples, like, he's kind of in the background, but he's one of those artists, like, they're doing their thing, like, and you can't say he's not like I think he's one of the better rappers in the game, but it's like you can't say he's not doing his thing, but he's also in the background. He's not like Drake or those big names, but so that's kind of like where I don't care about being like the biggest name, but it's more of like when you say my name, it's like he's you can't say like he's not.
Yes,
so that's all I care about. I'm just trying to create, make sure people are loving shit, like, feeling good. So that's all I really care about.
So from being an artist from Moreno Valley, you know what I'm saying, and traveling around and being in LA. I've seen you in LA a bunch of times doing the Rap For Me podcast, which you're a part of. Shout out to the Rap.
Shout out to the Rap For Me podcast.
You know,
man.
shout out to the homie Justice, Seejay, you know, all the good artists I met up there. You know, I like to ask this question, bro. Like, what are the pros and cons of being an artist from Moreno Valley? You know what I'm saying? You got a chance to see both sides
Pros
of what
and
it's
cons.
like. You know what I'm saying? What are the pros and cons of being an artist from Moreno Valley, California?
Pros, I would say 0. There are no pros. Like, it don't matter. To be honest, it don't matter where you're from. Like, it just matter what people see you doing. Like, but I'll answer your question though. Pros, nothing. The cons, you're from Mobile. Like, that's it. Like, you go and tell somebody, oh, I'm from Mobile, they don't even know where it's from. Like, they don't. Mobile, where's that? Next to Riverside. Oh, where's that? Ontario. Oh, I know where that is. Like, okay, well, it's not even close to there. So
Yeah.
nah, there's no pros and cons, man. I don't think it matters. Also, I don't think Mobile has enough. I mean, there's certain places where it's like Atlanta. You can be like, I'm from Atlanta, and at least people will be like, okay, he might, you know, or I'm from LA. Like, at least people will assume like, okay, he kind of knows. From Mobile, it's like, well, what are we? It's not like we have hella artists coming out from Mobile or whatever. So
We haven't had that establishing moment.
yeah, and it's not a knock on
Industries.
Mobile or anything. It's just like, it's not a household name. Like, it's not a place that people that know.
Anybody from outside the West Coast.
Yeah, so
know,
yeah, there's no pros or cons. I mean,
That's what makes us different, though.
Yeah, that's why I kind of love it.
Yeah.
Cause
I mean, yeah,
we're
you're maybe
waiting-
unknown and
the city's
yeah.
waiting for that next person to
Okay,
bring us to there's a lot of space and opportunity
sure, yeah.
out here. You know what I'm saying? Mobile doesn't have sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too.
Everybody out here is doing something so different. And, you know, I think that, you know, out of a lot of places, like, you know, I feel like San Bernardino has a certain sound. And, you know, different places in the IE have certain sound. Like,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
Even like Riverside niggas, like, have a certain sound. Like, I feel like Mobile was so, like, diverse with the artists coming from here, and it's facts. You could look through. It's
diverse.
100 episodes of this shit and see all kind. I got street rappers up here. I got lyricists, rappers.
Yeah,
I got
it's
underground.
diverse.
I got
Yeah,
singers. There's so many different people. Every episode, you don't know what you're gonna get. And
I think what we no finish with it. I think I got
no. Go ahead.
I think the solution, we should host like an American Idol. Just get all the Mobile people and just be like, all right, the best whoever, like, will get the top ones, and we'll send y'all to American Idol, and y'all represent Mobile. I forgot who we had from Mobile. We had like some dude named Sanji or something like that, or I don't know.
Yeah, Andrew Garcia back in the day.
Oh,
Andrew, I remember that. You remember that from American Idol? I think it was popping. That's funny.
but nah, Mobile. I mean,
something in the community though.
but I mean, besides that, I mean, here's what I'll say though. I mean, Mobile isn't a place where you would actually go to get known anyway, in a sense of, even if you're from Mobile, you're still going to probably want to go to LA or somewhere else, like a bigger city, to get that, you know, get that, I don't know, that notoriety or that, or whatever.
You're going to need to
that show or whatever. Because to be honest, like, the shows I performed in LA are better turnout and get me more, you know, like
the real
followers
shows.
or whatever, like from people I just go to a backyard show out in Mobile.
Yeah.
Not to say I don't enjoy them either. It's just more of like, if you want to be seen, go to LA.
Yeah, you gotta get out.
Yeah, you got to go out. So
Yeah,
it's no knock, it's no pros or cons to it. It's just Mobile's not a place where it's like, you know,
we're out the way, and you know it's gonna take an artist to step out of
Yeah.
Mobile to.
and there are a lot of talented artists out here, man. Hella talented artists.
Yeah, absolutely. You tapped in with any other artists from out here?
Hella yeah. Shout out we were talking earlier, I don't want to Ebrio.
Ebreo, yeah.
Ebreo.
Ebreo.
Yeah, we just did a song actually coming out next week for the NBA
Yeah.
Finals. Yeah, it's like a Jay-Z flip. I don't want to say I guess I can say a lot. I mean, it might come out before this comes out, but yeah, it's a cool song, man. It's coming out next You know what? Since we on the pod, let me just play a snippet, man. Give you a sneak.
Yeah,
peek.
shout out to Ebrio. You feel me? He just performed at the Novo. You feel me?
Yeah, he just was at the
Yeah,
Nova,
he
so-
was. Yeah, shout out. See,
Yeah.
we be going up.
Yeah.
Mobile going up, man.
And we just dropped his interview, so you guys could click over after this and watch that interview. I sit down with Ebrio as well, and you know we chop it up. And he was with us at Elijah's birthday show. You know, rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please put up your hands if you're here in the stands. On my steel stainless, no pots and pans. And my shots don't miss like Kevin Durant. And when I do attack, I go straight to the rack. It's time to start dunking like my name Tim Duncan. I'm the MVP, so you can't tell me nothing. Gary Hours on the court, the ball look like a pumpkin. Whoa. Go and get it, get it, get it, get it. On the road. Go and get it, get it, get it. Back at home. Go and get it, get it. Everywhere we go, you know we run the globe. If you did it, now you know. Woke up this morning, chose
Yeah, man. So that's gonna be coming out
Yeah, let's go.
in about a week. Shout out to the homie, man. Yeah, we put that together here, recorded here in Mobile.
Yeah,
Recorded here in Mobile. So like I said, there's a lot of talent.
yeah.
You know, a
for
lot
sure.
of people doing stuff out here in Mobile. So just it's a matter of tapping in, you know, going again, you don't even have to go out to another city. Just go outside. Go like the next street down. Like meet somebody who's doing something. You know, we got hella people out here who's working, doing the same thing. So
That's what's crazy because there's a huge music scene in Moreno Valley.
Yeah.
People don't even know about it, but people do know about it. It's cracking, and like you see people around at these shows, you know, and see people around at the studios and all that. You know, there's been a lot of people like I recorded at the headquarters with Vaughn and Lambeau Foe. Used to be back there now. Lambeau Foe's popping. You run into, you know, you never know who you run into out here. So it's definitely a music scene out here, and it's definitely like it's just waiting for. We just waiting for the next superstar, and it's gonna happen.
oh yeah, it's gonna
Someone
yeah,
has
it's
to
gonna
go
happen,
global to really put us on to go.
Yeah. Nah,
all
it's
the way
coming. Yeah, it's
global.
coming soon, man.
It's gonna be one of us.
I've been tapping
you
in with
feel
some
me?
people, and again, like there's a lot of talented dudes. Like there's no way like none of these dudes is not. You know.
Yeah, you feel me? It's only right. You know what I'm saying? So you know, just being in Mobile and growing up in Mobile and doing music all these years. No, but before I get into that. You know some of the other homies as well, because we were just at Elijah's birthday party,
Yeah.
and we just performed a couple weekends ago. That was lit. Tell us about that, because, you know, we're going to have Elijah on the episode in a couple weeks, and, you know, that's the homie. I didn't even know you knew that nigga. Like
Oh, for
that.
real?
Yeah, I didn't know you guys was, and, you know, I did see you in the studio with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know you was
We knew like for yeah.
I didn't know you guys was homies like that.
Yeah, me and Eli known each other, man. Shout out to Eli.
Yeah, for sure.
We got another. I could play another song. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm always unconsciously. I got hella shit on my phone. I could be like, just excitedly like, hey man, I got this shit. It's not out yet, but now me and him got a song too. That we were working on recently. But me and Eli had known each other since second grade.
Okay.
Elementary school. Again, like we were at Cloverdale. Went to Palm Middle School, and then like he was pretty much my best friend. Like we were best friends. Like we did everything. Like I go to his house, he come to my place. And then the plan was like, okay, like we're going to Valley.
Yeah.
And then I got split up from Eli, and then that's what happened. So Eli ended up going to Valley. At the time, we never spoke about music. Like music never came up between me and him. Like there was never ever no conversation like about music.
Really?
Me and him like
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Me and him, like, when we were kids, like, all we did was play video games, like, Pokemon cards. I think the only, like, artistic thing we did was we wanted to do, like, a comic book. So we had this comic book that we did. Like, he drew it. Like, I came up with kind of, like, the stories or whatever. But, that was it. And then it wasn't until I met him I saw him again at RCC. This was, like, during middle school when people still like go to RCC for like that, like some program or whatever.
Yeah.
So I saw him there. I was like, oh shit, Eli's, taking classes over here. Cool. I'll see you more often. And he was telling me, he was like, oh, I'm into music now. And at the time he was Filthy Paw.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh damn, that's crazy. Like
That's crazy.
Filthy Paw.
Filthy Paw. They got Filthy Paw. They got.
Yeah, I know that sound like a hood name.
Filthy Paw. Like a Filthy
it was
Paw.
a dope. Yeah, it was a dope name. So and then I was just like, oh, that's crazy. Like you do music, like I do music now. That's crazy. So he was doing it more. He was producing at the time, so he wasn't really doing like songs of his own. But yeah, I was just like, okay, that's dope. And then I started doing music like a couple years ago, like for real. And yeah,
So
he actually on my first project that I actually put out, the first mixtape, he actually has a beat on there from him.
oh, okay.
The last joint on there is from him. So yeah, shout out to Eli, man. I've known him for pretty much my brother, man. Cool dude, talented. But yeah, shout out to Eli, man.
Absolutely. So, I just heard you say, so you just recently really started taking music serious?
Not serious, just like putting it out. So like putting it out to streaming platforms, putting it out, like actually promoting it, like, telling people, like actually doing it because what's come out of me actually putting the music out and like telling people I do it for real. Like now I have like certain like campaigns or whatever, like they'll come out to me for like a song, like placement music. Like that's something that I'm into now. Like
that's dope.
Like
that's what a bag got told.
A lot of songs I do are like not even try. So another thing, like a lot of the songs I do, like they naturally, I don't curse a lot.
Yeah.
Not to say like you don't need to, but personally for me, like cursing for rapping, I feel is like a filler.
Yeah.
Like if you need to curse hella in your raps, I feel like you're filling, like you're just using to fill your, So for me, I don't use curse words a lot. Like unless I'm like I need to, like I'm doing it for a reason. Like
I feel
so naturally it kind of worked out to where it's like I'll do a song and I'll listen back to it, I'm like, damn, I didn't curse on this. And it kind of fits like a certain theme. So I'll push it to like certain, like the song I have coming out next week. That one kind of fits, for the NBA final. Like it's a basketball song, like for the NBA finals, like it has that kind of, feel to it. So it's like, okay, that works. And there's songs I've done before too. Recently I dropped a song to, shout out my boy Marcus, Rowe. Check his stuff out on Spotify too.
Yeah.
We dropped a co-album called Forever and a Day. And I think the first song on there, Descending, that's kind of the same thing. It kind of has like that, placement vibe. But it's not too, it's a radio friendly song. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like where that's all come from.
And that doesn't really, you never intended to be like that. It's just.
Nah, but again, it's like, but I do like it though.
It's
kind of like I like
more marketable.
Yeah. So.
Period. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can. That's what I'm saying. Getting placements, like Vince Staples was talking about that.
He's
like,
and that's why I mentioned it too.
I seen the biggest checks from Call of Duty, and they didn't even use my song. And that was the biggest check I've ever seen. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
so
man.
getting these placements, and we're big fans of, like, being theatrical with our visuals. And,
Exactly.
like painting a picture with your verses and, like, being theatrical with your music. So you could bring the visual to life.
Exactly, yeah.
With your words, just being descriptive and, really just honing in on. Like,
it's a science to it, and everyone has their lane too.
Yeah.
So it's not to say everyone should do exactly the same thing, but at least for me, like that's kind of
how it happens.
Yeah, that's
because you gotta lead with your heart, man. You gotta lead with your heart. That's the only thing you really can do. Because when, like you said, like some of the other shit, like we know the typical rap starter kit, right? The things you can do to probably boost your shit up a little bit, but that's not necessarily like that's cool when they do it. You feel me? But that's just not me, and that's okay. Cause I'm this.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Exactly. Yeah.
And when you stand on something and you have a purpose, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's something like you as an artist, like you would never sacrifice like your integrity for? What's some morals you stand on as an artist? Like shit you would never do, or what I'm
I guess that's easy because I'm also I try to be a good Christian.
Yeah.
So even just throughout daily life, like I'm trying to do the right thing, so there are morals obviously that the Bible has that is like, don't do this, like don't do that. So those are already stuff I'm like, okay. And the world is obviously full with that stuff. It says don't commit adultery, don't be, doing whatever, randomly, like sure. Yeah. So, and I try to follow it, but for the most part, like you hear crazy stories about the industry, man. Like, oh,
absolutely,
you have to do this for. It's like, that's kind of sus. Like, does that really happen? Some people say, oh, it does happen. It's like,
Like, I'm cool and all that, bro. I'm just trying to drop my
Oh,
music.
exactly. Like, how hard is that, man?
Like, I'm cool.
So, yeah, of course. I mean, there's hella stuff. There's hella stuff. I mean, there's nothing you can tell me. Now, there's stuff I would do on my own free will, but now it's different if you're telling me, hey, you have to do this. It's like, hey, you have to eat this hamburger from McDonald's to get this deal. It's like, I already eat hamburgers from McDonald's, but you telling me I have to eat it? Now I'm like, nah, that's kind of suspect. I don't want it. So that's kind of how I am. Like, you know, I'm not going to go out of my way to do something I don't need to do for a deal. You know, if it's something that's already like kind of like, this is already normal, okay, cool. But I'm not trying to go all crazy for a deal. Like, people are like, oh, you have to change your image, or you have to do music like this now, or you have to do your hair like, nah, I don't want no stylist, I don't want no nothing. Like, just give me the resources I need, I'll make the music. Like, so yeah, people are like, oh, will you change? Like, I mean, I'm saying that now, I don't know how it is.
When that bag hit you, boy, ooh, 1,500,000 million.
No, it can't be the bag, man. It can't be the bag, man. That's I'm always like, it can't be the bag. Like,
you gotta stand on something morally.
Yeah, it can't be the money can't make you wear a dress. Like, you can, it's all good to wear a dress. It's all good, but me personally, nah. And it's all good to do it naturally. That's the point I'm trying to make.
If that's your thing.
Yeah, if that's your thing, do it. But if you're doing it because somene's paying you, giving you a bag,
you don't want to do it,
don't do it, bro.
You're tripping. That's selling your soul.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, so, like, right now, if you could have a feature from any two artists on your next project, who are you like a stand over? Who can you like?
That's easy. I think I'll do a GOAT.
I'll give you 3 features.
I'll do a GOAT. I'll do my favorite rapper right now, and then I'll do a singer. So
okay.
I'll do a GOAT. I gotta get Wayne.
Okay.
Gotta get Wayne on the feature for sure. And kill him on the track.
What era Wayne though?
I mean, you can't.
Wayne. Come on.
Well, we're picking eras.
Different. Yeah, you gotta pick an era too.
Oh shit!
Like what? Because that's it. Because Wayne is so many eras. Like,
I mean, yeah. If we're picking eras,
he's gonna gas you.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna fire up on that shit.
I'll take it. But shit, I'll take it. I'll take that. I'll take Dedication Wayne, like Dedication 2, like mid Carter 2, Carter 3.
Yeah, you're not to disrespect him in the studio. Like, hey, yeah, you're not to spit that real shit. Like, for him to go hard.
Disrespect him, yeah. Do that real shit on my shit.
If I had to do like a current, like someone current, like right now that I just want to like go head to head with, it'd probably be Jid.
Oh, okay.
JID?
Yeah, probably be him, man.
Cannibal.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Okay, so
Jid is crazy.
So for my third one, I was gonna say like a singer, like Frank Ocean or something. But I think if I'm gonna have Jid on there, I'm gonna want what's his name? Oh man, what's his name? I'm forgetting right now. He did
Daniel Caesar.
Nah, man.
Smino.
That's
Smino for sure.
I'll get Smino on there, man.
Yeah,
that guy's I'll give him album, at least personally, I'll give him album of the year last year for me. Yeah. Personally. His shit was
Smino's is I think he's very underrated.
Yeah.
As an artist. I feel like more people should be regularly bumping Smino.
He's
like
dope, man.
that shit good for your soul. That's good fucking music, right?
Yeah, so Wayne, Jid, and Smino, man. And then if I could, Frank Ocean, you know, but
that's True Love.
Yeah.
Hey, produce them. Yeah, send me those beats, man.
So for sure. You know. That's why we here too. Like who from locally haven't worked with that you might want to work with that, you know, might be able to see that producers or artists from out here that you haven't worked with who are some that you might want to work with, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely you, man. I want to see what I can do on those beats, like not even like because my thing is like when I work with a producer, I don't want them to give me something that's like
that was the last one, bro. That shit looking
I don't want them to do something that they're not comfortable with or that they don't like. I don't want to go to a producer and be like, oh, this is my sound, like I want you to do this. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm gonna go to a producer, I want them to give me their type of sound. So yeah, I'm definitely want to see what I can do with your stuff because I'm always trying to challenge myself.
Yeah.
And your sound is something like it's not something that I've ever rapped on or used to, but I'm like I remember always listening to that type of sound. So it's like let me see what I can do with that. Another dude, Abiro.
Yeah.
He produces.
Yeah.
Me and him were talking, so yeah, we might do some stuff.
I need to hit him up too. I've been meaning to tap in.
There's someone else. I don't know if his name's Augusto. I don't know.
Augusto Delgado.
Is it him?
Yeah.
Gus.
Gus.
Yeah, he works with Evan. I don't know
Evan and them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we were talking about the same dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him once at a show.
Okay.
I mean, you give information, but if you're watching this, if you see it, man, send me some beats. I'm trying to work with you. Yeah, I'm trying to tap in with everybody, man.
Absolutely. This what we fucking here for, to help connect artists. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gonna clip this up. Hopefully, niggas see it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always like that.
Yeah, all producers, all artists, just tap him. I'm a type of dude who, if you hit me up, like we set something up, like I'm trying to work, like I'm trying to make some shit, like I'm trying to have fun with it, like so yeah.
Yeah, man. What's up? What you got cracking for the rest of the year? What's going on? What you got next? Any shows in summertime?
Rest of the year,
you feel
me? So again, the whole rollout thing. I think I just, not that I ended it, but I ended that first, like, because I performed at a couple shows, like the last, like it's been a busy. What is it? May. It's been a busy month.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, after the album dropped, I performed at a couple shows. Shout out to my boy Hugh Hefner, man. We had a show out in Pomona, I believe. But yeah, any shows? Not right now that I know of. But just some pop-ups. I think I have one on Sunday in Tustin. But yeah, just more of working on new music. Damn, really, I'm just kind of on vacation mode right now. Again, like I'm always unconsciously working on some stuff. Shout out to Bender. Me and him were at his place not too long ago this week working on some new stuff, but kind of been on vacation mode, catching up on movies I missed.
Yes, sir.
TV shows.
What are you watching right now?
Watching that show Beef on Netflix.
Okay, bro, I'm on like the 3rd episode.
I've been meaning to see that, bro. I see it every time, and
I'm a big fan of A24 production. Like I'm trying to do stuff.
That's what you should watch,
bro.
tonight.
Yeah, I always see a different trailer every time, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch that. And
I'm watching Beef. I'm trying to watch Barry on HBO Max, Max now. Barry. Damn, it's about some dude. He's ex-military. But he ends up killing somebody. Like after that, he's now in theater. He's trying to like get over his like trauma, so he's like in the theater group. But he ends up killing somebody, and like people are like, "Oh, what happened to this person?" And like he's trying to like cover it up, but then there's like another like I think it's like a drug cartel or something like that, or other like assassins trying to kill him, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, catching up on shows. Been playing some nerd shit. Pokemon cards, I got into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good, free your mind, so
yeah, exactly. I just
dropped the album back to back.
Strike creativity, you feel me?
Exactly, and that's what it's about. It's not even
play video games.
Yes, it's not even about it's really not even about taking a break. It's not about taking a break.
You're never
it's just like
taking a break.
It's just about like building the inspiration. Like, okay, what's the next inspiration for the?
You know what it is, man. When you make albums and you let them go, it's like you're getting rid of the
you let go. Yeah, every time, like I tell my boys, every time, like I'm like, damn, like I feel like a shoulder.
Yeah, new energy.
Okay, next on to the next one. It's never like okay, let me like relax or let me like okay, I'm done. It's just more of like okay, that one's done. Like. Now I'm excited to start moving on to the next one. So it's not about like like let me relax. It's more like all right, let me get into some new shit like so I can like start building up for that next one. Like what kind of ideas, which I've already
read a fucking book for once.
Read a book. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That works too, read on stuff like watch the news, like look into the real world, like kind of open that's at least for artists, because that really inspires you, man. So.
Yeah, man, go walk on the beach with your girl or something, man. Go grab something to eat, some tacos, and go eat.
Just go out in the real world, yeah.
And play your music while you out
go,
there.
Go,
you
go
feel
scratch
me?
your knee a little bit. Go,
Yeah.
go wait at the block at 3 in the morning. Talk to some crackheads. You feel me?
Yeah, go slang a little crystal meth.
If you're trying to,
if
if you're trying to make drug dealer music, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Go shoot up a couple blocks or something. You feel me?
Live some
For your
fucking
mom,
life,
you know?
bro. Live some life.
You know,
Talk
leave
about
negative comments on everyone's post. You feel
Rap
That one, yeah, that one cool.
Spread
That one's
spread
fine.
the good energy.
That's
you feel
fine.
me?
Troll. I love
That
trolling.
one's fine, yeah.
Yeah, I be on Instagram trolling.
Yeah, hey man, I just got on a run trolling on Twitter these the LeBron fans, man.
Oh, man.
man, I felt
Why'd you even have to
good.
bring it up, man? I thought
LeBron
we were
fans
good.
are down right now, man. I was having a field day. I mean, I'll give it up for LeBron, man. I mean,
It was a
I
good
didn't-
season,
yeah,
man.
I didn't think they were gonna.
Even we weren't supposed to even get
they
that
were-
far.
nah.
We weren't supposed to get to the playoff. So the fact that we knocked out John Memphis and go
No. Hold up. Before we get to John, they didn't have a full team. You know, they didn't have Steven Adams. The size
he
would
would
have
have.
made a
Do you
difference.
think he would have made a difference, bro?
To be, I'll be
AD.
fair. I'll be fair because I'm not a biased person, but no, maybe they would have. At least it would have went 6-7 games. It would have been a different series.
They might have not lost by
Lakers,
30.
yeah, Lakers still, yes. I still give it to Lakers to pulling that off, but nah. I mean, besides that, I mean, yeah. I mean, but
Denver just ran.
yeah,
through,
the
shit.
4-0 though, getting swept. That's
You
that's
gotta
the one
you gotta
that's
come
like,
to the sports podcast,
I
bro.
already told
I'm
him.
there.
I already told
Yeah,
him.
you gotta pull up, man. Yeah.
I'm there, man.
I already told him, like, you know, we my fault. I'm sitting on the shit. Nah, pause. Yeah, bro, you gotta for sure come through to the pod. Who are you, a Laker fan? Don't tell me you're a Clipper fan.
Oh hell no.
Okay.
He's a Nugget fan.
You're not nobody's a Denver Nugget fan.
That's
I don't
true. That's
believe
true.
it.
Yeah, that's
nobody's
true.
a Denver Nugget fan.
That's true. Nah, I mean, here's my answer to like if I'm a fan. I don't have a team per se. I'm a fan of the sport. Like I love I there's a lot of different players I like too.
Yeah.
And the whole fact that niggas is moving around teams all the time, like how am I supposed to pick one team, man? Like, come on, man. So that's kind of my thing. But no, growing up I was a Laker fan. Kobe, like all the way. But, you know, once Kobe left and LeBron came, it's not that I'm a LeBron hater. People are like, if you don't like LeBron, you're a LeBron hater. Nah, it's not that. I respect everything he's done.
Especially being a Kobe fan, we always know we don't fuck
But
with Bron. It was always the
It's not even
argument.
that. It's just the Bron haters. I guess it goes both ways. Because Bron fans will be like, oh, Kobe fans make us hate. But it's Kobe fans are real.
Yeah.
We're like, come on, man. That's LeBron fans are too like, hey, y'all need to chill.
I became a LeBron fan when the 3-1 Nuggets.
Oh,
I mean,
the Warriors when
Golden
they came
State,
back?
When he came back.
Yes, but
and-
see,
and
that's
spoiled it.
respectable.
I was
Like,
like,
that's-
I'm a fan. That's baller shit.
That is baller shit. Yeah. But once he came to LA, it wasn't really that. Again, the bubble championship. You can catch me. I was rooting for the Lakers when AD hit that shot over Jokic.
Come on, bro.
I was rooting for the Lakers.
I think they didn't have Murray then. You feel
They didn't.
Me? He was
No, they didn't.
injured.
Yeah.
And but that nigga, they could not stop
But
that.
yeah.
But you would think after Ja and Curry and the Splash Bros that you can hit that nigga went
They were
off.
tired. They were
You know,
tired.
bro, the Lakers
They were
just
tired.
didn't.
Yeah.
And you know, I hope they keep their core. You know, maybe add an addition. You know, maybe throw Kyrie in the mix or Trae Young in the mix. I don't know. Somebody.
The thing with the Lakers
young guys,
is
AR.
long, and this is why I couldn't stay a Laker fan. As long as LeBron is on the team, you don't know what's gonna happen. You could wake up tomorrow and LeBron's saying, Austin Reeves, Hachimura, bye. I want Kyrie.
You know,